science, day and night.
Okay, day and night. All right, yeah, but science, we know science lies. Not in all instances, but flat Earth, for example. Well, let me throw this at you. How do you believe water curves into a ball?
Gravity?
Magic?
Gravity. That's the first thing everybody throws out. Gravity. Now, they can't even explain gravity. If you're trying to look up Neil deGrasse Tyson explaining gravity, they can't.
I think Newton explained that a long time ago.
Yeah, the core of the Earth is like iron. It's so dense that it is pulling all of us to the center of the planet. So the gravitational pull is based off the core of the Earth, huh?
Yeah, density and buoyancy. Like, for example, if I have a helium balloon, it's not an anti-gravity balloon. It's just that helium is lighter than air, so it rises. Anything else is heavier than air, it will fall. Same thing for the water. If you put a tennis ball in water, it will stay afloat because it's lighter. You know, it's all about density and buoyancy. Gravity has nothing to do with the idea of just object falling. If it's heavier than air, it will fall.
My God, he's right.
Does that make sense?
Okay, question for you. Let's accept all that. You get in a plane, you can buy a plane ticket, you go up to 36,000 feet, and you can look out the window and see the curvature of the Earth and the horizon. What is that?
Yeah, honestly, you can't. Yeah, I'll throw back to Neil deGrasse Tyson again. No, I'll throw back to Neil deGrasse Tyson because he's the leading astrophysicist, and he breaks all this down to where you could go up to 100,000 feet and you still won't see curvature. Curvature has never been filmed. Just look it up.
Just tell me Mr. Tyson believes that the Earth is flat?
What about the International Space Station?
No. He doesn't believe that the Earth is flat, but he's saying even at 100,000 feet, you can't see curvature. So people that see it from planes, it's not true.
All right, so say about the International Space Station. They're looking out the window, and they're looking at the Earth. Okay. They see the curvature of the Earth. They see multiple sunrises and sunsets in one day, one of our normal days. So how do you explain that?
Well, the International Space Station, if you actually just look it up and what their materials is made out of, and you look at what part of the ionosphere they're at, and the temperatures, nothing holds up.
They're not they're in space.
Yeah.
They're out of our atmosphere.
You can get a telescope and look at them up there.
Look at what the material is made out of, and then look at the temperature that they're in. Nothing holds up. The thing is moving 17,000 miles per hour, and it's been up there for 20 years. There's never been any incidents of any catastrophic, any kind of failures.
All right, so basically you're saying you don't even believe it's up there.
No, it's just light in the sky that passes through.
What's the point of lying about that?
I think there is a bigger issue with keeping us, there's nothing left to explore. The Earth is round, there's nothing left to explore, and you keep us in a bubble, and people say, oh, you fall off the edge. What if this is just a small pond and it just continues? You know? So the way people circumnavigate is you could go around your block. If you want to go around your block, what do? You just go in a circle.
So how do you explain the moon? Is the moon round or is the moon flat?
Well, it appears to us that the moon is round, but we only see one side of it, right? We never even see 1 degree off. That's why they always say the dark side of the moon, and it's convenient that the people that landed on the moon, put the flag at the dark side. But when you see the reflection of the sun on the moon, it has like a crescent moon, then they're seeing the curvature of the moon and how it's being reflected from the sun on the other side of the Earth, right? I'm sorry, say that again?
When the moon is like a crescent moon, okay? So it's reflecting the sun that's on the other side of the Earth when, it's daytime over there and it's night over here. So when it's out to the side and it's crescent, you're seeing it reflecting out the side of the moon. So it's not a full moon directly hitting it, but face to face. So how do you explain a crescent moon? I mean, you're seeing curvature of the moon based off the reflection of the sun, right?
But you never see 1 degree off. We only see one side of the moon, so you never see 1 degree to the other side of the moon.
I don't
know what to believe. It's a light source. I do believe it's a light source.
You think the moon's a light source?
I don't know if it's round.
So what about the sun?
It absolutely is a light source.
You just think it's a mirror?
The sun is a light source as well.
It's a reflection of the sun.
They're both light sources according to him.
So the Earth is a light source as well for the rest of space.
But
stars are light sources.
When the sun is out and you're in the shade, when the sun is out and you're in the shade, it's cooler, right? And when you're out in the sun, it's hotter. The same thing applies, but it's opposite with the moon. If you're actually in the shade in the moon, while the moon is out, it's actually warmer than being out in the actual moonlight. People have done studies with this using, IR gun, infrared gun, where they're outside on the moonlight and it's actually being cooler and then when you're in the shadows, it's actually warmer. So the moon produces its own energy. I don't think it reflects off the sun.
People have done these studies, have they? Where can we read these?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, are you saying Neil deGrasse Tyson? Sorry, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a flat earther?
No.
No, he's not.
No. I've never said that.
Okay, you
the
mentioned
only
him.
thing I've said about Neil deGrasse Tyson is that he mentions at 100,000 feet you can't see curvature, and he also says that we can't explain gravity.
Okay. The curvature thing. You can go to top of Mount Wilson today, get in your car, go up there, and look on a clear day. If it's clear, why can't you see the Colorado Rockies? You can only see a few miles, and then the curvature of the Earth stops at the horizon. You should be able to see all the way to Colorado if you're flat, but you can't on a clear day. Why is that?
Well, how far? What's the distance?
The horizon is a few miles away, whatever the horizon is. If you climb a mountain, the horizon, you should be able to see really far if it's flat. But it stops a few miles away because of the curvature of the Earth. You should be able to see the next mountain range over on a clear day. Colorado.
Well, there's world distance records as far as like the furthest distance being seen from one mountain point to another. I can't recall what it is, but if there truly is curvature.
For a 6 foot tall person, the horizon is a little more than 3 miles away, which is 5 kilometers.
Did you always believe this, or is this something you just recently came upon that you this whole flat
No.
thing?
This is probably within 2 years. Before that, I was a space geek. I loved Carl Sagan. I was a fan of all those guys, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm trying.
What changed for you 2 years ago? I mean, you said you were a space geek. You followed all these guys. I mean, you probably had a poster of the moon on your wall, and you thought everything was normal. I mean, how you were taught in school. So, what changed 2 years ago that made you completely flip your idea of what Earth and space is like?
Well, once I heard about flat Earth, I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, and I was like, "Wow, there's people that actually believe that the Earth is flat. What the hell?" So I wanted to debunk it. So the more research I did, the more I realized, oh my God, I couldn't debunk it. Like it made more sense that the Earth was flat than it was round.
What's the point of the conspiracy?
I kept looking.
Why would there be a lie?
There could be more land, more resources they're not telling us about. I don't think, this is just being out there, but maybe aliens or whatever different kind of creatures don't come from different space. It comes from different ponds. Like, I consider us a pond, and there's more ponds if you continue to go further down, if they'll let you explore that far. Antarctica, they had a peace treaty to where nobody could really explore it. There's an old video, I think 1950 or 60, about Admiral Byrd, who was this decorated admiral who flew past the Antarctic ice, and he said there was more resources, more land, bigger than North America. So I would recommend everybody YouTube Admiral Byrd.
Antarctica is pretty large. It's like the largest continent out there.
No, yeah, it is pretty large, but if you try to explore it, there are limits to how many.